What if I told you that 90% of your worries, the anxieties that keep you awake at 3 a.m., are built on a single, fundamental lie? A lie most men will believe their entire lives. A lie that drains their energy and keeps them weak. In this video, we are not just going to talk about Stoicism. We are going to install a mental operating system, one used by emperors, elite thinkers, and modern leaders. It's a system built around one single, devastatingly simple question. Understand this. This knowledge is not for everyone. It requires a level of intellectual honesty and mental discipline that most people actively avoid. But for those who grasp it, the result is a state of calm, focus, and control that feels like a superpower in a world of chaos. Before we begin, do this. Write in the comments. What is the one thing worrying you the most right now? Be specific. By the end of this hour, you will see that problem in a completely different light. Or perhaps you won't see it at all. Let's be clear about the modern battlefield. It's not fought with swords. It's fought in your mind. The modern man is bombarded. A constant stream of information, social pressure, and manufactured outrage. The world screams for your attention and demands an emotional reaction to everything. Society tells you to hustle harder, to control everything, to manage every outcome, every opinion, every variable. This is a recipe for burnout. It's a guarantee of mental fragility. The problem is not the world's chaos. The problem is your desperate attempt to control it. You feel that tension in your shoulders, right? That feeling that you're juggling a dozen glass balls, and if one drops, everything shatters. That is the feeling of trying to control the uncontrollable. And it is exhausting you. This isn't about wearing a toga and reading ancient texts. This is about forging a mind that can navigate the digital battlefield, the corporate hierarchy, and the complexities of modern life with an unshakable core. The first step is to recognize the enemy. The enemy is not out there. It's your flawed approach to what you can and cannot change. The single Stoic question. Let's cut directly to the core. The mental tool that distinguishes the Stoic mind from the common mind is a simple binary question. You must ask this about every event, every feeling, every piece of news, every interaction. The question is this: is this within my control or outside of my control? That's it. It's not complex. It's not poetic. It's a ruthless blade that separates what matters from what doesn't. 90% of what people worry about falls into one category, outside of their control. The weather, the traffic, the economy, what other people think of them, past mistakes, the future. These things are the domain of fools. They are black holes for your mental energy. The man who achieves tranquility is the one who has the discipline to ask this question relentlessly and the courage to accept the answer, no matter what it is. This question is the gatekeeper to your peace of mind. The great illusion of control. Why is this so hard for most men? Because we are conditioned to believe in an illusion. The illusion that if we just try hard enough, worry enough, or plan enough, we can bend the world to our will. This is the source of all your frustration. Trying to control another person's opinion of you is like trying to command the tides. It's insane. Yet we do it every day. We replay conversations, wishing we'd said something different. We seethe in traffic as if our anger can magically clear the road. We stress about market fluctuations as if our anxiety is a sound investment strategy. The Stoic sees this for what it is, a waste, a profound and tragic waste of the only resources you truly own: your time, your attention, and your energy. Your first act of true power is to recognize how powerless you are over the external world. It's a paradox. Accepting this powerlessness is the first step to gaining real power. Defining your true domain. So if you can't control the external, what is left? This is where the elite mindset is forged. Your domain of control is small, but it is absolute. It is your kingdom. What does it contain? 3 things. First, your judgments, your opinions about events. An event itself is neutral. You being fired is not bad. It is simply an event. Your judgment that it is a catastrophe is what causes suffering. Second, your impulses, your decisions to act or not to act. You cannot control the insult someone throws at you, but you have absolute control over your impulse to retaliate. Third, your will, your desire and your aversion, what you choose to move toward and what you choose to avoid. That's it. Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. This is your sacred territory. A strong man spends 100% of his energy fortifying and commanding this inner kingdom. A weak man spends his life trying to conquer the lands of others, and in doing so, leaves his own kingdom in ruins. The mental shift from victim to architect. The moment you begin to apply this question consistently, a profound shift occurs. You cease to be a victim of circumstance. A victim is someone who believes their emotional state is determined by external events. The traffic made me angry. My boss ruined my day. This political news is stressing me out. This is the language of the powerless. The Stoic mind rejects this. He understands that nothing makes him feel anything. He chooses his response. He is the architect of his inner world. The traffic jam becomes an opportunity to listen to a podcast. The critical boss provides data for improvement. The political news is simply information, to be acted upon if possible, and discarded if not. This shift moves you from a reactive state to a proactive one. You are no longer a leaf in the wind. You are the mountain. The wind still blows, but it does not move you. A practical example, the professional setback. Let's make this real. Imagine your boss gives a major promotion, one you wanted, to someone else. The undisciplined mind immediately floods with things outside its control. This is unfair. A judgment on fairness which is external. My boss is an idiot. An opinion about another person. My career is over. An anxious prediction of the future. What will my colleagues think of me? Worry about others' opinions. This is the path to misery and inaction. The Stoic mind immediately asks the question, is the decision within my control? No, it's done. Is my boss's opinion of me fully in my control? No, only partially influenced by my actions. Are my colleagues' thoughts in my control? Absolutely not. So, what is in my control? My response, my decision to ask for feedback, my plan to develop new skills, my professionalism in congratulating my colleague, my effort on the next project. All focus shifts from the uncontrollable past to the controllable present. One path leads to resentment, the other leads to growth. Understanding the physics of worry. Think of worry as a form of energy, a mental current. Every minute you spend worrying about something you cannot control is a minute you are pouring your most valuable resource into a black hole. It accomplishes nothing. It changes no outcomes. It only drains you, making you less capable of dealing with the things you can control. The Stoic question acts as a circuit breaker. The moment anxiety arises about, say, a coming recession, you ask the question, can I control the global economy? No. The circuit breaks. The flow of wasted energy stops. Now, you can redirect that energy. What can I control? My personal budget, my skills, my work ethic, my network. You move from passive, draining worry to active, empowering preparation. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about refusing to waste power on problems that are not yours to solve. The first great misconception, Stoicism is passive. Many who hear this for the first time make a critical error. They mistake acceptance for passivity. They think the Stoic just sits there and lets the world happen to him. This is a complete failure of understanding. The Stoic is the ultimate man of action, but his action is targeted, precise, and effective. He doesn't waste a single movement pushing against unmovable walls. He saves all his strength for the doors he can actually open. Imagine two men in a storm at sea. One screams at the sky, curses the waves, and tries to command the wind. He is exhausted and achieves nothing. The other ignores the sky. He ignores the waves. He focuses entirely on his ship, manning the helm, adjusting the sails, securing the cargo. Which one is passive? The Stoic is the second man. He accepts the reality of the storm and takes radical action within the sphere of his control. The advanced concept, strategic indifference. Once you master the basic question, you can move to a higher level of thinking. The Stoics had a concept for everything outside your control. Indifference. This doesn't mean you don't care about them. It means they are indifferent to your moral character. They are neither good nor bad. Wealth is not good. Poverty is not bad. They are indifferent. Sickness is not bad. Health is not good. They are indifferent. Only your response to these things can be good or bad. Only your actions have moral weight. This is a radical idea. It frees you from the tyranny of outcomes. A man who does everything right to build a business but fails due to a market crash has not failed in the Stoic sense. He acted with virtue. He succeeded. The man who builds a business through deceit and luck has failed, even if he is rich. This frees you to pursue excellence for its own sake, regardless of the reward. A second example, relationship conflict. Let's apply this to the emotional realm. You have an argument with your partner. They are angry and upset. The undisciplined mind immediately tries to control the uncontrollable. I need to make them calm down. I have to fix their feelings. I must make them see that I am right. This is a recipe for disaster. You cannot control another person's emotions. Trying to do so is disrespectful and futile. The Stoic asks the question, can I control their anger? No. Can I control how they interpret my words? No. What can I control? I can control my own tone of voice. I can control my choice of words. I can control my decision to listen without interrupting. I can control my effort to understand their perspective, even if I don't agree with it. By focusing only on your side of the street, you create the space for resolution. You act with integrity regardless of the outcome. This is emotional strength. Living by an internal scorecard. Most of society operates on an external scorecard. How much money do you have? What's your job title? How many followers do you have? How attractive is your partner? This is a game you can never win, because someone will always have more. It also places your self-worth entirely outside of your control, in the hands of others and luck. The Stoic lives by an internal scorecard. At the end of the day, the questions are different. Did I act with courage today? Was I honest? Did I keep my composure when tested? Did I focus my energy on what I can control? This is the only scorecard that matters. It is completely immune to external events. Your company can go bankrupt, but if you handled it with integrity, you won on your scorecard. This develops a core of self-esteem so solid that the opinions of the world become irrelevant noise. Training the mind, making it a reflex. This isn't a philosophy you simply understand. It's a system you must train. Like building muscle, it requires daily repetition. Here is a simple practice. Every morning, for 5 minutes, think about the day ahead. What challenges might arise? A difficult meeting, a frustrating commute, a personal conflict. For each one, mentally rehearse asking the question. Separate what is in your control from what is not. Decide in advance how you will respond with virtue. Then every evening, for 5 minutes, review the day. Where did you forget? Where did you let an external event control your emotions? Where did you succeed? This is not about self-criticism. It is about data analysis. You are training a mental reflex. Over time, the question becomes automatic. The gap between stimulus and your reasoned Stoic response becomes instantaneous. The fear of letting go. If this is so simple, why doesn't everyone do it? Because letting go of the illusion of control is terrifying. We have been taught that control equals safety, that if we just worry enough, we can prevent bad things from happening. Worry feels productive. It feels like we're doing something. The Stoic truth is that worry is not just unproductive. It's a form of self-harm. The paradox is that true psychological safety comes not from trying to control everything, but from accepting how little you control. It's the release of a massive, invisible burden you've been carrying your whole life. It takes courage to let go. It takes courage to admit that the universe is indifferent to your wishes. But on the other side of that fear is a profound sense of peace and freedom. The freedom to focus only on what you can truly build, your own character. The second great misconception: Stoics suppress emotion. This is perhaps the most damaging myth. People picture the Stoic as a cold, emotionless robot. This is completely wrong. The Stoic feels emotion just like anyone else. He feels anger, fear, grief, joy. The difference is, he is not a slave to them. He does not identify with them. He sees emotions as external events, like the weather. They are clouds passing through the sky of his mind. He can observe the anger rising, but he does not have to act on it. The question, "Is this in my control?" creates a crucial space, a space between the stimulus, the insult, and the response, the retaliation. In that space lies your freedom, your power. You don't suppress the emotion. You acknowledge it, analyze it, and then choose a rational action based on your values, not your fleeting feelings. This is emotional mastery, not emotional suppression. A third example, the health scare. Let's take a serious case. You receive a frightening medical diagnosis. This is where the undisciplined mind collapses into pure fear of the uncontrollable. What if the treatment doesn't work? Why did this happen to me? My life is over. These are all dead ends. The Stoic, even while feeling fear, applies the scalpel. Can I control the existence of the illness in my body right now? No. Can I control the ultimate outcome with 100% certainty? No. So what is in my control? I can control my choice of doctors. I can control my diligence in researching my condition. I can control my adherence to the treatment plan. I can control my diet and exercise to support my body. I can control the attitude I bring to each day. I can choose to live with courage and dignity, regardless of the circumstances. The focus shifts from the fear of dying to the business of living well, right now. Expanding your influence, not control. This is a crucial distinction that separates the effective man from the frustrated one. While you cannot control outcomes, you can influence them. But the Stoic understands that his duty lies in the effort, not the result. Think of an archer. What can she control? Her stance, her breathing, her focus, her aim, the tension of the bowstring, the moment of release. She has 100% control over the process of shooting the arrow. But the moment it leaves the bow, it is no longer in her control. A sudden gust of wind may blow it off course. The target might move. She cannot control that. Therefore, she judges herself on the quality of her shot, not on whether it hits the bullseye. The modern man must be this archer. Focus entirely on the quality of your effort. The results will be what they will be. This detaches your ego from the outcome and allows you to perform at your peak. The language of power versus the language of victimhood. Pay close attention to the words you use, both internally and externally. They reveal your underlying mindset. The language of victimhood is passive and external. He made me so angry. My job is stressing me out. I have bad luck. This language cedes all your power to outside forces. The language of power is active and internal. I chose to feel angry in response to his words. I am allowing myself to feel stressed by my job. I am facing challenging circumstances. This is not just a semantic game. It is a fundamental reprogramming of your reality. It is a constant reminder that you are the one at the controls of your inner world. No one can make you feel anything. They can act, and you choose your response. Taking ownership of your language is taking ownership of your life. The unbreachable fortress of the mind. When you truly integrate this principle, you build what the Stoics called the inner citadel, a fortress within your own mind that no external event can breach. Your reputation can be attacked, but your character remains in your control. Your wealth can be lost, but your virtue remains in your control. Your body can be harmed, but your will remains in your control. you come to realize that nothing external can truly harm the core of who you are, your reasoning mind, unless you give it permission to. People can insult you, but they cannot force you to feel insulted. The world can be chaotic, but it cannot force you to be chaotic inside. This is the ultimate freedom. The knowledge that your core self is untouchable, sovereign, and entirely under your own command. This is the peace that no amount of money or status can buy. Applying the question to past regrets, the past is the ultimate uncontrollable. It is a sealed country to which you can never return. Yet how much energy do men waste there, replaying mistakes, nursing old grievances, drowning in what-ifs? Regret is the poison we drink, hoping someone else will suffer. The Stoic question cauterizes this wound. You think of a past mistake. Ask the question, is this event in my control? No, it is over. The emotional suffering tied to it is therefore irrational. But what is in your control? The lessons you extract from it, the decision to not repeat the mistake, the apology you can make today. You apply the question to separate the useful data of the past from its useless emotional baggage. You take the lesson and you drop the weight. This is how you move forward, unburdened and stronger. Applying the question to future anxiety. If the past is the ultimate uncontrollable, the future is the ultimate unknown. Anxiety is the interest we pay on a debt we may not even owe. It's the act of suffering in imagination for things that have not happened and may never happen. It's a colossal waste of the present moment. The Stoic applies the question to the imagined future. Can I control if I get the job next week? No. Can I control if my flight is delayed tomorrow? No. So what can I control? I can control my preparation for the interview today. I can control packing my bags and leaving for the airport with plenty of time today. The focus is surgically returned to the present moment, to the actions you can take right here, right now. Your job is not to worry about the future. Your job is to build the best possible present. A powerful present is the best preparation for any future. The final transformation. The ripple effect. There is a final stage to this mastery. At first, you do this for yourself, for your own peace, your own strength. But as you become a master of your inner world, something remarkable happens. You become a source of strength for others. In a crisis, when everyone else is panicking, you are the calm center. When others are lost in emotional chaos, you are the voice of reason. People are naturally drawn to the man who is an island of stability in a turbulent sea. Your tranquility, your rational composure, becomes your most powerful form of influence. You lead not by trying to control others, but by flawlessly controlling yourself. This is the mark of a true king, not one who rules over land, but one who rules over himself, and in doing so he brings order and strength to everyone around him. So that one question, is this within my control, is not a mental trick. It is a scalpel. It is a fundamental law of psychological physics. It separates the signal from the noise, the essential from the trivial, the power from the panic. Here is the single, most important takeaway from our time together. Your peace of mind is not determined by your circumstances. It is determined by where you place your focus. The world will give you a million reasons to be angry, anxious, and afraid. Do not take them. Place your focus only on the small, sacred ground of what you command. Your thoughts, your actions, your will. Everything else is a distraction. Everything else must be treated with strategic indifference. You now possess the master key. The world will continue to be chaotic. People will be unpredictable. Markets will be volatile. But none of it has to touch you. You have a fortress inside your mind, and this question is the gatekeeper. Use it relentlessly. Thank you for investing this hour in forging a stronger version of yourself. This is not easy work. The fact that you are here proves you are part of a select few. If this resonated, subscribe and activate notifications. We are building a community of men dedicated to this level of thinking. And share this video with one other man who needs to wield this tool. Now for the final step, go back to the comment you wrote at the beginning, look at that worry, Apply the question. In the comments below, tell me what you see now.